Hey everybody, John Foss. I'm very excited to be talking with Lorena Bobbitt Dani Montalvo. We are talking about their new film, I Was Lorena Bobbitt, which airs Monday, May 25th at 7 p.m. on Lifetime. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here. And Lorena, now that you've seen this film, helped put it together, and lived the life, how close to reality is this film?
This is something that is in a way surreal because I never thought that I could actually be in this position. But it is very important for me to continue to tell the story. First of all, was a documentary. Now the movie is an amazing platform. They're both amazing platforms, and I think that is very, very important to tell, especially what's happening now. The issues of domestic violence is even increasing more due to the coronavirus pandemic. Is really affecting not only the United States but the world. So it's very important for me to have a voice, to actually to see the reality, to be so transparent, and it's an opportunity the Lifetime give me to tell my story on my own voice, in my own truth, and I'm so happy to tell the real stories of domestic violence and sexual assault. This is what's going on. This is something that is affecting our society, men, women, children, and it's very important to see the reality and the dynamics of an abusive relationship.
And Dani, were you familiar with Lorena's story, and how did you prepare for this role?
No, I wasn't familiar whatsoever. And when I say that, I mean I had never heard of her name. I had never heard of what had happened. I was born the month of, so I had no idea who she was, no idea about her story. So literally when I got the audition, that's when I started to prepare for it. I watched the documentary, I watched all the footage, all the coverage that the media got on her, all the interviews she did. Basically everything was at my fingertips to be able to prepare for it. And then of course I had her, at my side. She told me that whatever I needed, any questions I had, that she was there to answer. So I really had everything I needed to prepare for this.
Definitely, and you did a great job. So, very congrats on that. And Lorena, so when this all happened, I think one of the things that made it stick out and become such a newsworthy story because it was so shocking is the fact that you cut off your husband's penis. What was was there any what led up to this? As far as, is this something that you thought, if I am assaulted again, this is what I'm going to do, or was this a split second thing? And after it happened, were you shocked that it did happen? Could you believe that it happened? What was going through your head?
Tell in my story. I want people to see that. I don't want to give it away. This is something that happened as a drama for many years. This is something that this is reality. Domestic violence does not discriminate anyone, and basically it really affects your mind, the way you're thinking. You're traumatized, emotionally shattered. My body was shattered as a victim. Remember, I was just suffer from sexual assault, and my husband raped me, and I was not in my own mind. I was diagnosed with abused women syndrome, and I was not thinking right. So basically, that was it. You can actually see that in the movie.
Towards the end of the film, we see that you are concerned about being in the same courtroom as John Bobbitt. Is that the last time that you guys were in the same room together? Have you guys spoken since this has taken place?
No, we have spoken before. We did a show together years ago, and I saw him that many years ago for the last time. And he tried to keep in contact with me based on social media, because I do have Lorena Gallo Foundation is an organization, it's public. So he tried to reach out to me that way, or send me emails through my foundation.
Has he apologized?
He did apologize when we did this show years ago. Yes.
Dani, what kind of change are you hoping that this film brings?
I hope that people can see beyond, the statistics of of domestic violence, instead of, just seeing definitions and just seeing statistics and numbers. that they see that this is a real human being. This is a real woman who went through this, and this is the reality for so many women and men across the United States. You know, millions of people are going through what she went through. And I just hope that somebody, at least one person, can see that and think, hey, I don't have to go through this alone or anymore at all. And that they can stop living in silence and see that that's a choice that they can make.
Definitely. A couple years ago here in the United States, when Justice Kavanaugh was nominated for the Supreme Court, he was people are there was rumors that he was involved in multiple sexual assaults. One in particular that had a lot of celebrities saying that he should step down and should withdraw because the Me Too movement had just come out and people were saying believe all women. And now a couple years later we have Vice President Biden running for president, and also he has an accuser right now, Tara Reade, who says that he should step down. We don't see the same celebrities coming out to say that he should step down. Does that concern you at all? Does it make you think that the Me Too movement and that big push was more about politics than it was about actually helping women? And what do you think Joe Biden should do with these accusations? Sorry. Oh, so the question is, what do you think? Do you think that to either of you, Lorena, why don't you go ahead? Lorena, do you want to answer that question? Lorena, could you answer the question? Can I just ask the same question? Can you guys hear me now? Gotcha.